Okay, so let's talk about Snatch right now. So when it comes to Snatch, whether you like it or not, there was a lot of people kind of hyping this thing up. I know it's crazy to believe, but a lot of people was kind of looking forward to this thing. There's a lot of expectations kind of go into this movie, which is crazy, but it is. From Amy Schumer, which she's pretty much following up from Trainwreck. A lot of people like the Trainwreck. I thought it was solid. Some people, I think, overhyped it to me, personally, just general, but I thought it was actually pretty good. So a lot of people was interested in her follow-up film. On top of the fact that the big expectation of Goldie Hawn coming out of, I guess you say, semi-retirement after like 15 years or something, which is actually very interesting. So some people was probably saying, whoa, 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 Goldie Hawn coming out of retirement? This must be one hell of a fucking script for her to work with Amy Schumer. That's a pretty big deal. Either that or she just needed the bills paid, but that's just my thought. Just begin with, on top of Jonathan Levine, which pretty much did 50-50, and Warm Bodies and The Night Of, and the lady that did the Ghostbusters reboot. She's writing this thing, so that might be a red flag to some people, but it is what it is. So here's the thing about this film. When it comes to those expectations, is this a good follow-up? Is this a good movie for a 15-year hiatus? The answer is no, not really at all. Now, this is not really surprising, and I'm starting to think the Hollywood gods are really starting to hate Mother's Day weekend, because last year we kind of had the shitty Mother's Day, which is just god-awful, really, honestly. If you liked it, great, whatever. And then we have Snatch, which is really not that great of a film. I think the best thing you can say about Snatch, the movie, is just that the leads, they actually work very well together, even though the film is very lackluster and it kind of plays to Amy Schumer's strengths. The biggest problem with the film playing to Amy Schumer's strengths is that her biggest strengths are essentially her biggest negatives to some people, which is kind of hysterical, but that is the simple case. Now, I'm not an Amy Schumer hater, but I'm fully aware that this chick is pretty much a one note, and that is no different compared to the film. The film has all the pretty much stuff that you kind of know about Amy Schumer: the drunk, the obnoxious, the egomaniac, whatever you want to say, self-absorbed, the pussy wiping girl herself. That's basically Amy Schumer in a nutshell, pretty much. And then Goldie Hawn is kind of coming on for the ride. Yes, this adventure is kind of wacky and zany to the point where it doesn't even feel like a real life thing. It feels like a gigantic fucking cartoon. There are no real moments between Schumer and Goldie Hawn at all. Honestly, Goldie Hawn could be funny. I love me some Private Benjamin, right? Overboard is great. Kurt Russell, what up? These things are awesome to kind of see Goldie Hawn come back into the forefront, but the movie doesn't do a good enough job at giving Goldie Hawn anything to really do. Yes, she kind of bounces off Amy Schumer decent enough. And like I said, they have good chemistry, but that's about it. The movie's pretty much lackluster, and it pretty much feels like it's going in circles because Amy Schumer's type of comedy is just kind of one note. You have the, vagina jokes, you have the sex jokes, you have, the egomaniac jokes, or whatever you want to call it. This Amy Schumer shtick, basically. If you enjoyed her Netflix special, I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you hated it, then you pretty much should probably stay away from Snatch. Snatch has enjoyable performances by some of the supporting cast. The Ike Barinholtz was funny, even though he felt like he was going in circles with the same jokes. On top of, Wanda Sykes and Joan Cusack, they were funny. And Christopher Maloney, I think his name is. I keep on forgetting his name, but it's Maloney from, SVU. They're all funny. And the movie is capable of having some nice giggles. The problem is the movie is not only, it's not a giggle movie, it's a comedy. So if you're just giggling in a movie that's a comedy, that's already kind of a bad sign just to begin with. Overall, the biggest problem I think with Snatch is just that it wants to be this mother-daughter bonding thing, but it also wants to be this crass and kind of crude, obnoxious kind of R-rated comedy, which is kind of just all over the place sometimes. And it doesn't feel like it's a coherentness to the plot. Sometimes I feel like it's a whole bunch of different things thrown together, and then you just kind of have this one big mess. Whether you like Trainwreck or not, it has structure from beginning to end. You had moments where she felt real, and you actually kind of probably connected to her in some sort of way, even if she wasn't completely likable. And here, you don't really get a sense of any of these people. They just feel like it's Amy Schumer and it's Goldie Hawn looking like she got slapped by a fish. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. Don't get me wrong, I probably bang, Goldie Hawn more than Amy Schumer, but that's just my thought just to begin with. But overall, like I said, you're going to basically get your predictable thing. This thing is more disposable than a 2-year-old's diaper, and that's basically the truth. You're going to forget about it by the time it's over, but you may get a decent enough laugh if you are a diehard Amy Schumer fan. Then what I'm saying doesn't make any sense. If you are a Amy Schumer hater, then great. That's, fine too, I guess, but it is what it is. You're going to get some decent performances, and you're going to get a decent mother-daughter bonding thing, but I'm just going to say this right now. From Mother's Day to this, if your mother tells you to, hey, take me to go see that Amy Schumer movie, I'd be like, You just get a Nerf gun and just smack her across the face, or just smack her across the face like, you know, with a fish, like Goldie Hawn. But either way, like I said, Goldie Hawn doesn't really get that moment to shine in like funny humor stuff. Honestly, she's just kind of there for the most part. Like I said, they work well. That's about all you can really say. Is it funny? Not really, but you kind of knew this ahead of time. It does what Amy Schumer does best, which is sometimes what she does at her worst. If that makes any sense at all. But that's just my thought, and that's just my opinion. Now you can tell me yours, or you can just hit the dislike button like most people tend to do. But comment, subscribe, and like. I'm Chris Smith, and I'm signing out.